Hi, homeschooling families. This is Janet here, and I am with a super duper marvelous best science teacher in the world, Miss Karen Borg.
Hey!
So Karen teaches all of our science classes right now, besides the chemistry workshop, which Mrs. Donna Dukes does that. But today we're going to be talking about the classes that people can still sign up for. Classes begin next week.
Yes.
So we have openings in some of our classes. So Karen, why don't you tell us a little bit about the first and second grade class and the third and fourth grade classes?
Okay, first and second and third and fourth both come once a month for 2 hours. It's a hands-on class. There might be a little bit of writing, but very, very little. So they basically come in and have a little hands-on activity that we start off with. Then we sit down and I do a little introductory lecture, if you will, a little question and answer. We might play a little game. And then we go back to the tables and we do activities.
That's fun.
So, for instance, we're learning about fish this first class. So one of the things we'll be reading is about the rainbow fish, and we'll be making a special little thing to take home about fish. But we do other things, like this was one of our activities one time when we learned about reptiles, especially turtles, and we just used these little tubs and learned all about turtles and put all of our information inside. So everything they make, they take home that class, and it's 2 hours, it's hands-on, and it's just a ton of fun.
It is amazing, and Karen has the kids. Here, let me show you. This is Karen's chair. Look at this, how cute.
Yeah.
do I even fit in it?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so Karen sits like this, and all the kids are around her while she's teaching them, and they're like hanging on each and every word that she says, because it's just so interesting.
It's fun. They're fun.
And then they go to the little stations and they do all their hands-on. It's super fun.
Yep.
So the next, and let's not forget, let me move this out of the way so we don't tread. Anyway, so then after science is from 9 to 11, one Wednesday a month for first and second and third and fourth graders. And then after that, Karen walks the kids to the art class. And then Miss Angie, who just had a cochlear implant, so read our newsletter so you can learn more about that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It is amazing. Anyway, she will have the kids with really amazing, not experiments, art projects. With really amazing art projects. So it is a win-win, nice combination, and you, the mom, gets to have one morning a month off. Yay, yay, yay. Anyway, so consider signing. We still have some openings on those two classes.
A few.
And then we have the 5th and 6th grade, again, science and art, and both are full, so we won't talk about that.
Great.
And then after that, we have the 7th and 8th grade science and art classes. So the science class is kind of like a prep for high school, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So these are some of the books that Karen uses in her class.
So it's a textbook program. So we use Christian Schools International. We use 3 different textbooks throughout the school year. First semester we'll be studying earth science, with especially focusing in on geology. So these are some of the rocks and minerals that we'll be looking at. We'll be doing different activities with those, layers of the earth, that type of general introduction. We'll also be doing a little bit on, some of it crosses over into some of the other subjects that you study. Like this can be light, it can also be minerals. These are little eggshells that my grandkids actually made last Easter, sorry. And you learn about different crystalline formations and things like that. So we do a lot of, again, every 7th and 8th grade class, we do hands-on projects as well. They meet once a week for 2 hours. And it's, we go over our homework, take a little quiz, which they work on together. And then we do some class notes. They get their assignments for the week, and then we do a lab or an experiment. And again, almost every class there's a project. There might be one during the school year where there isn't, because the next class would be double projects. Yeah. So again, it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun.
And actually I have to agree, because my children are not necessarily scientific oriented, but both of them, they're 25 and 29 right now. They both took 1 year of your 7th and 8th grade science class, and they told me you are the best science teacher they ever had, besides me, of course. But, well, they probably wouldn't say that.
Second place.
Yeah. That's good. But anyway, they love your classes, and people that take the classes here, the main thing they say is the activities, the hands-on experiments. Everything is just very applicable. I mean, you make the class really,
and they do have some homework, but it's not overload. It's I got a really good compliment last year from one of our moms that said I give just the right amount of homework.
Yeah, you really do.
It's not too much.
Yeah,
Just
it
enough.
is great. So then the next class is biology, which is full. So sorry. That one is also an amazing class. Oh, but Karen does do workshops. So look in our website. We'll do another Facebook Live about the workshops. But she does microscope and dissection workshops. So you missed out the class. It's already full. But that's another thing that you can do because she does a lot of experiments. Okay, so then we have physical science.
Physical science, and it's just what it says. It's like a combination of physics and chemistry at an introductory high school level. So it's a traditional high school program. We use Bob Jones' textbook, and every week they have homework, a quiz, a coloring assignment, or an interactive notebook assignment that they'll be doing at home, which is also family-based, so family can help out with those two projects. And then we do labs every week. Some of the things that we do are just a little introduction, like learning about different kinds of refraction, reflection, whether it's through light with prisms or different kinds of convex, concave, or plane mirrors. Sound, which is always fun. We do a lot of sound experiments, and energy, where how energy can transmit through your body. Just lots of different things like that. Yes.
So for the other really great curriculums for homeschoolers for physical science, stuff like a crazy, really hard amount of math. How about your class?
I try to not make it a math program. There's math involved in physical science, but we try to work through it in class and not make it too overwhelming. Also, this year, the parents will get a note 2 weeks ahead of time of any concepts that they need to review prior to our class. So you have 2 weeks to work on that.
That's
like
great.
Converting measurements, like metric measurements, from a small unit to a larger unit, or how to go back and use your protractor or compass, those types of things. So this year I'll be giving the parents a 2-week notice on those to refresh skills.
Excellent.
Yeah. And again, they meet once a week, but they meet for 3 hours. And they also have a project once a semester that they either work on in class or at home. It's kind of a combination. It depends on the project. So
yeah. Okay, so the last science class that you're offering is forensics, and actually my youngest daughter and her best friend took it, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, and there's a lot you can do with forensics without getting really dark. The textbook that we use is Forensics for Dummies. No, nothing personal, no mentioned here, but that's our textbook. And every other week they do a chapter. We learn about crime scenes. There we go. Like, what happened? Why do we have this random leg here? So just things like that. Handwriting analysis, chromatography, blood spatter.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Fingerprints, just all kinds of fun. That's maybe not the right word to use with crime scene stuff, but
interactive,
fibers.
interesting.
Yes. I got a whole bunch of fibers from a relative this summer, so I can build a whole new fiber lab for fiber analysis.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that class, forensics class, is only for 11th and 12th graders, correct?
Right, and you have to have biology prior to it because we're not going to go back and I'm not going to really explain how blood, but you need to understand blood to do blood typing and things like that in the class. So, like, you have to understand skin so we can do fingerprints. So that's why biology is really the prerequisite for forensics.
Exactly.
And also the maturity level.
Yes, maturity level. Okay, so before we forget, Angie also has classes for 7th through 12th grade. So go to our website. Our classes are amazing. But obviously we're talking about science today. Anyway, so we're so excited. Like I said, there's only a couple of spaces to sign up. So if you want to sign up, just go to the website. Classes start on Tuesday next week. So take advantage.
Yep, take advantage of it. So, all right.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next
Thank
time.
you.
Bye.